Congratulations on the purchase of your Suburban. The heartbeat of America, today's truck is Chevrolet. Side 1 of this audio cassette offers information on the operation of your standard equipment and helpful tips for both new or prior Suburban owners.
Side 2 of this tape offers additional tips on the operation of the special options you may have purchased, four-wheel drive applications, as well as helpful trailering information for your Chevy Suburban. To gain maximum benefit from this tape, we suggest that you listen to it in your new truck.
To help you enhance the future performance and economy of your Chevy Suburban, let's go over a few tips to follow during a break-in period. First, we recommend that you limit your speed during the first 500 miles to a maximum of 55 miles per hour. In addition, be sure to vary your speed during this break-in period. Varying your speed allows many of the engine components to seat correctly for future performance.
Second, you should avoid full throttle starts and, whenever possible, hard stops, especially during the first 200 miles of driving. Your Suburban is equipped with rear-wheel anti-lock brakes as standard equipment, which operate only in the two-wheel drive mode on four-wheel drive models. There is also a unique front disc brake wear indicator alert system. As a special note, when you hear a high-pitched squealing or cricket-like warning sound like this, the front brake pads are worn and should be replaced. Continual driving could cause damage to the brake system.
When you turn the ignition to the start position, all your warning and telltale lights will briefly illuminate. This is simply a bulb and system check. After a few seconds, all the lights will go out. If a light remains illuminated, it could mean a system malfunction. We'll talk about some of these lights later in this tape.
The telltale lights and gauges keep you in touch with the performance of your new Suburban. 4 gauges you should pay particular attention to are the fuel, oil, battery, and coolant temperature gauges. If you have a diesel engine, be sure to listen to Side 2 of this tape for information regarding its special gauges and operation. The fuel gauge registers the approximate fuel level in the tank. Approximately 37 gallons of gasoline will fill your tank, while on Suburbans with diesel engines, the fuel capacity is approximately 41 gallons. Section 6 of the owner's manual offers additional information on fuel, oil, and fluid capacities. If you have a vehicle with a gasoline engine, you should use regular grade unleaded fuel. If you have a diesel engine, your vehicle is designed to use either number 1D or 2D diesel fuel. You should use 2D fuel whenever possible. But during colder temperatures, less than 20 degrees Fahrenheit, be sure to use 1D fuel or a winterized blend of 2D fuel.
The engine coolant gauge monitors the temperature of your engine cooling system. If the engine coolant temperature gauge shows a reading beyond the normal range, you should stop your Suburban when it is safely possible to avoid damaging the engine. Remember that different driving and weather conditions affect the operating temperature of the cooling system. Minor fluctuations are typical. If an overheating condition is indicated, refer to Section 3 in the owner's manual.
The voltmeter shows the battery voltage or the electrical output of the alternator. Remember that the operation of various electrical equipment or stop-and-go driving will cause minor fluctuations in the reading. Your voltmeter needle reading should be to the right of center. If the reading of this gauge is consistently too high or low, see your Chevrolet service department for an analysis of the system.
The oil pressure gauge registers the force at which oil is delivered to various parts of the engine. The reading of this gauge is influenced by the outside temperature and the weight of the oil used. 30 to 40 psi are normal during moderate road speeds of 35 to 40 miles per hour with the engine at the proper operating temperature. Readings that are abnormally high or low may indicate an engine lubrication malfunction. For more information regarding these 4 important gauges, see Section 2C of the Owner's Manual.
The trip odometer records your mileage for either record-keeping or monitoring fuel economy. Pressing the stem in the speedometer face and twisting it until it is zeroed will reset the trip odometer.
There are several indicator and warning lights in your dash display. When you start your Suburban, the safety belt reminder light will come on for 4 to 8 seconds. Be sure to buckle up. The service engine soon light monitors the computer command control of your new Suburban. If this light comes on, intermittently or continuously while driving, the vehicle can be driven in most cases, but you should visit an authorized Chevrolet service department as soon as possible to have the emission control system checked out. If you have four-wheel drive, a four-wheel drive light will illuminate when your transfer case is in the 4 low or 4 high position. If you have a diesel engine, the additional telltale lights for its operation are discussed on side 2 of this tape.
Your Suburban is equipped with a brake warning light. If the brake warning light remains illuminated, it could indicate a possible malfunction of the braking system. But this light also illuminates if the parking brake is not fully released. If this warning light is illuminated, check your parking brake release at the lower left of the instrument panel. If the light still remains illuminated, see your Chevrolet service department as soon as possible.
The headlights, taillights, and side marker lights are operated by a 3-position switch on the left of the instrument cluster. Pulling this knob out to the first position will engage your parking lights, taillights, instrument panel, and side marker lights. Pulling it out all the way engages your headlights. By rotating this knob, you can control the intensity of your instrument panel lights. Rotating this knob fully counterclockwise will turn on the interior lights. If your lights or any other electrical components fail to work, check the fuse panel beneath the instrument cluster on the driver's side. Section 6 of the owner's manual shows a drawing of the fuse locations.
The high and low beams of the headlights are controlled by the turn signal lever. Pulling the lever toward you will engage or disengage the high beams of the headlights and turn on a telltale light indicating that the high beams are engaged. Besides signaling turns, this lever also controls the operation of the windshield wipers and washers. To engage the wipers, rotate the band on the turn signal lever to either the low or high-speed wiping position. Pushing the paddle on the turn signal lever engages the windshield washers. For continual washing, you must push and hold the paddle in. When you release the paddle, the washers will stop. For manual control of the wipers, rotate the control toward you. This will engage the mist feature of the wipers. If you have the optional delay wiper control system, you can vary the sweep of the wipers up to an approximate 16-second delay.
The emergency flashers operate by a button underneath the ignition switch. To engage the flashers, push the button in. To disengage them, pull out on the collar surrounding the button. For further information on the operation of optional lighting equipment or cruise control, be sure to play side 2 of this cassette.
Now, let's go over some starting tips. The gasoline engine of your new Chevy Suburban is equipped with electronic fuel injection. To start your truck, just rotate the ignition to the start position. Don't depress the gas pedal. Crank the engine for about 3 seconds. If the engine doesn't start in 3 seconds, depress the gas pedal to about 1/4 throttle. With the EFI system, you could flood the engine if you depress the gas pedal during starting. If the engine fails to start, wait about 15 seconds to let the starter cool down. Then, crank the engine at full throttle for a maximum of 10 seconds. If the engine still doesn't start, repeat the entire process. Release the key and throttle when the engine starts. As a special note, don't crank the engine for more than 15 seconds at a time, since it could damage the starter. And by the way, you'll find the fuel access door at the right rear quarter panel of your truck.
Both the 4-speed manual transmission, 3-speed automatic, or 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission are designed to make your driving as easy as possible. For the most favorable performance of your transmission, there are some things you should be aware of. With the 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission, the circled D position allows the transmission to choose the appropriate gear for load and driving conditions and should be used for most driving situations. The overdrive transmission is designed to shift into overdrive from drive when the vehicle reaches a steady cruising speed of about 40 miles per hour or faster for increased fuel economy. With the 3-speed automatic transmission, use the D drive position for normal forward driving. The D drive position on the automatic overdrive transmission should be used for increased performance, such as driving on hilly roads or when towing a trailer. This position prevents the transmission from shifting into overdrive and provides more engine braking. If you have the 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission, the D drive position should also be used on slippery surfaces to avoid an unexpected downshift. And the D drive position should also be used if you notice what feels like excessive shifting between gears. Then, when conditions are improved, shift back to the circled D overdrive position. On both the 3 and 4-speed automatic transmissions, you'll find that the second gear position provides additional power for hill climbing or engine braking when you take your foot off the gas pedal. The first gear position on automatic transmissions is for maximum engine braking, like when you're driving down a steep hill, or maximum engine torque when driving through deep snow or mud. You may move the gear selector to first gear at any speed, but the transmission will not shift into first gear until the vehicle speed is under 40 miles per hour. In the event that you must have your Suburban towed, be sure to read Section 3 in the owner's manual for the correct towing procedures. When you leave your Suburban, make sure you set the parking brake by depressing the regular brake pedal, placing the automatic transmission in park, and setting the parking brake with your other foot. With the manual 4-speed transmission, place the shift lever in either reverse or first gear when the engine is off. As a special note, if you have 4-wheel drive, never leave the transfer case in the neutral position when parked. To disengage the parking brake, hold the regular brake pedal down and pull on the brake release handle. You'll find the release at the lower left side of the instrument panel.
For your comfort, your new Suburban is equipped with easily operated ventilation and heating controls. The air vents on non-air-conditioned models are located in the kick panels in each side of the passenger compartment. You can open or close these with the handles attached to the vent doors. At the left of the heater control system, you'll notice the heater fan control. This control allows you to regulate the fan blower speed from off to high. There are 2 slide levers on your heater. The upper slide lever selects the vent outlets. This upper lever allows you to direct the air through the defrost and lower air outlets. The lower slide lever allows you to adjust the temperature setting. For control of the interior airflow, place the upper lever next to the mode you wish to use. The defrost mode directs most of the interior air to the upper defrost outlets. The heater mode directs most of the air to the lower heater outlets for maximum heating. Adjusting the upper lever between the heat and defrost positions can direct the airflow through the defrost and lower heater outlets. If you have air conditioning, an auxiliary rear heater, or a rear air conditioning unit, their operation is discussed on side 2 of this tape.
Your electronically tuned AM/FM stereo radio has some very convenient features. The Seek button allows you to move up the radio band frequency to seek out the next available station. The Scan button allows you to briefly sample all the radio stations which are available. If you find a station you enjoy, tap the Scan button quickly to lock that station in. To preset 4 AM and 4 FM stations, first, find your favorite station by using the Tuning, Seek, or Scan controls. Then, to lock in that station, press the Set button and, within 5 seconds, one of the numbered buttons. If you wish to preset more than 4 AM or FM stations, you can combine the numbered buttons to expand your preset station selections. You must press 2 buttons simultaneously, like button 1 and 2, 2 and 3, or 3 and 4. To adjust the right to left speaker balance, use the larger knob behind the volume control. Pressing the volume control knob will display the station you are listening to or display the clock when the ignition is off. To adjust the front to rear speaker balance, use the larger knob behind the tuner knob. By pushing the tuner knob, you can switch your radio from AM to FM or vice versa. You can adjust the bass or treble adjustments by using the appropriate slider bar.
To set your electronic clock, you must use the Set button and Seek and Scan buttons. When you push the Set button, a set indicator light will illuminate. Then press the Scan button to set the correct hour setting. By pressing the Set button again, you can use the Seek button to set the minutes. If you have a cassette player or a cassette player with graphic equalizer, these are discussed on side 2 of this tape.
If you plan on using your Suburban for transporting cargo, be sure to secure all the items you are moving before driving. Cargo weight, whether in the rear area of the vehicle or on the roof, should be located as far forward as possible. Don't pile cargo or luggage higher than the seat backs. If your Suburban has a third seat with lap shoulder belts, be careful not to strike the retractor when loading cargo. To operate the rear window and unlock the tailgate, if your Suburban is equipped with a tailgate, use the oval-headed key. With the power rear window, you can additionally control its operation from the switch below the instrument panel with the ignition in the run position. To lower the tailgate, first lower the window, then lift the release handle located at the inside of the tailgate below the window. If you're pulling a trailer, be sure to listen to side 2 of this audio cassette, as well as reading section 2 in the owner's manual for trailer towing tips. Your vehicle certification label on the driver's door edge shows the gross vehicle weight requirements and gross axle weights your vehicle can safely handle. These figures can then be used to determine the payload capacity of your Suburban.
When it comes to the maintenance of your new Suburban, different driving situations require different scheduled service intervals. There are 2 different maintenance schedules for you to follow, depending upon how you drive your new vehicle. For example, Schedule 2 generally applies to highway-type driving, where the engine is warmed up to normal operating temperatures and there is minimal stop-and-go driving. On the other hand, Schedule 1 is applicable when your vehicle is used for short trips, towing a trailer, driving in cold or dusty situations, and stop-and-go driving. Be sure to read the Chevrolet Maintenance Schedule. This publication will simplify selecting the correct maintenance intervals and procedures for your driving conditions. By following Schedule 1 or 2 in the maintenance brochure, you'll help preserve your investment in a quality vehicle.
One very important self-maintenance procedure you should do is check the oil level every fuel fill-up. Section 5 in the owner's manual will assist you in performing this check. To access the engine compartment, the hood release lever is at the lower left of the steering column. The best time to check the oil level is when the oil is warm. After the engine has been turned off, wait a few minutes to let the oil flow down through the engine. Pull the dipstick out, wipe it clean, and push it all the way back in. Then, pull the dipstick back out and read the oil level. The oil level should be within the operating range mark on the dipstick. If the level is low, add just enough oil to place the level back between the correct operating range marks. For more detailed information on checking your oil, selecting oil with the correct weight and viscosity, inspecting the coolant, washer and transmission fluid levels, and other self-maintenance procedures, check Section 5 of the owner's manual.
Your spare tire is stowed at the left rear inside quarter panel of the vehicle. Be sure to read Section 3 of the owner's manual for the operation of your jack and the correct procedures to remove or replace a tire. Section 5 offers information on tire rotation procedures. You may wish to invest in an air pressure gauge to help you check your tire pressure regularly.
The owner's literature found in the exclusive Chevy Suburban portfolio contains a wealth of information which you should be aware of. You'll find your owner's manual, which offers detailed information on all the operational, maintenance, and care procedures to keep your Suburban in top operating condition. You'll also find warranty information, which explains your rights as a consumer and Chevrolet's commitment to keep your vehicle operating correctly.
Other information in the portfolio includes the maintenance schedule, which explains the Schedule 1 or 2 maintenance intervals and procedures applicable to your driving situation, a separate warranty for your tires from their manufacturer, and business cards for key persons at your Chevrolet dealership.
Special attention should be paid to the maintenance schedule and the owner's manual, which you should keep in your vehicle. We've pointed out only some of the information available in the owner's manual during this brief presentation. You'll find all kinds of additional information on operational procedures, cleaning techniques, recommended fluids, and helpful operational tips in the owner's manual. Please take the time to read it. Then, if you have any additional questions after reviewing the literature, please call our toll-free Customer Assistance Center at 1-800-222-1020. For your convenience, this toll-free telephone number is also printed on the cover of this cassette box.
We would like to remind you that on side 2 of this tape, you'll find additional information on diesel engine operation, four-wheel drive, and helpful tips to operate the special options you may have purchased to customize your new Suburban.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to this side of the audio tape. And again, congratulations on your purchase of the Heartbeat of America, your new Chevy Suburban.
Side 2 of this audio tape discusses trailering tips, four-wheel drive procedures, and the special options you may have purchased to customize your new Chevy Suburban. If you have search and forward modes on your tape player, you can use the index with the cassette box to fast forward to the information of interest to you. If you choose to listen to the entire tape, there will be 5 seconds of silence between each selection.
Trailering tips. Your new Chevy Suburban is primarily designed to be a load-carrying vehicle. Towing a trailer will affect handling, durability, and fuel economy. The certification label on the inner trailing edge of the driver's door offers information on maximum weight and axle load limits, along with tire inflation pressures. You can use this information to determine your vehicle's load-carrying limitations. The type of hitch you have is very important. Make sure your hitch is properly installed and adjusted. 2 very important hitch considerations for trailers over 4,000 pounds are that 1, the hitch is a frame-mounted, weight-distributing hitch, and 2, you have a sway control system installed for pulling trailers more than 4,000 pounds.
If you selected one of the trailering packages with optional wiring harness, you'll find the harness on the frame crossmember nearest the rear bumper. Be sure to see Section 2D of the Owner's Manual for detailed information regarding the installation of wiring connectors for your trailer. Finally, be sure to read Section 2 of the Owner's Manual for the precautions and special techniques when towing a trailer.
Four-wheel drive. With four-wheel drive, you'll be able to keep your vehicle moving through a wide variety of road conditions. To engage the four-wheel drive with automatic hub locks, place the transfer case in the 4-high or 4-low position under 25 miles per hour. With manual hub locks, place the hub locks in the lock position and the transfer case shifter in the 4-high or 4-low position. A four-wheel drive indicator light in the console will illuminate when you are in the 4-high or 4-low position. This light will go off when the transfer case shifting lever is placed in the neutral or 2-high position. To unlock the automatic hubs, shift the transfer case to the 2-high position and reverse the vehicle's direction approximately 10 feet. If you have manual hub locks, place them in the free position. In addition, while in four-wheel drive, The anti-lock feature of your rear brakes is not operable. The normal braking functions are not affected.
Operating in two-wheel drive with the hubs locked will not damage the drive line, but it may reduce fuel economy. The transfer case neutral position should only be used if the vehicle is being towed or for a power takeoff. You should avoid driving on dry pavement while in four-wheel drive. Driving with four wheels engaged on dry pavement will increase tire wear, cause hard transfer case shifting, and reduce fuel economy. Besides all normal lubrication procedures for your vehicle, pay particular attention to the lubrication levels of the transfer case and the front differential. For detailed information on the transfer case operation and power takeoffs, see Section 2 of the Owner's Manual.
Tilt wheel and cruise control. If you purchase this special option package, you'll find long cruises more enjoyable. To operate the tilt wheel, the short lever on the steering column behind the turn signal lever controls this function. Simply pull the lever towards you to adjust the steering wheel to your selected comfort position.
Your multifunction turn signal lever also regulates the operation of cruise control. To engage the cruise control, first turn it on. Then accelerate to the desired speed and push the set button on the end of the turn signal lever. The cruise control will disengage when you depress either the brake or clutch pedal or move the control switch to the off position. The off position will disengage the memory function of the cruise control. To resume your preset speed after braking, move the switch to the RA Resume Accelerate position. The system will automatically recall your preset speed and adjust it accordingly. Your cruise also has the handy tap up and tap down feature. To increase your speed in approximate 1 mile per hour increments, tap the cruise switch to the RA position for less than 1 second. To decrease your speed in approximate 1 mile per hour increments, tap the set button for, again, less than a second. For additional information on the cruise control or tilt steering wheel, see Section 2A in the Owner's Manual.
Electric outside rearview mirrors. If you have this convenience feature, you can adjust your outside rearview mirrors with the touch of a finger. To adjust your mirrors, twist the joystick to the R, right, to adjust the passenger side mirror, or to the L, left, for the driver's side mirror. Once you have selected the mirror to be adjusted, rotate the joystick to adjust it to your correct viewing position. Auxiliary lighting. There are several convenient optional lighting features available for your Chevy Suburban. The dome and interior lights are controlled by rotating the light control switch. The full counterclockwise position turns on these lights. If you have the convenience lighting package, you'll find an underhood reel lamp inside the engine compartment.
The switch for its operation is located on the lamp housing. By fully pulling out the retractable cord and light, you'll find this lamp quite convenient if you must change a tire in an unlit area. Be sure to see Section 2D in the Owner's Manual for information on releasing and retracting this unique underhood lamp convenience feature. If you have reading lights or reading lights in an overhead console, you can operate them by switches located next to each light. If you have the optional illuminated vanity mirror, the light will automatically come on when you lift up on the cover. Placing the cover back down will turn the light off.
Air conditioning. Beside the heating controls described on side 1 of this tape, there are additional controls for the air conditioner. The upper sliding lever allows you to handle various cooling and heating requirements. The lower sliding lever allows a selection of air temperatures from cold at the far left to hot at the far right. For maximum cooling, the max AC position recirculates interior air with some outside air. Use this position with the temperature lever in the full left cold position. The norm AC position pulls in outside air, cools it, and then discharges it through the upper dashboard outlets. Since this position pulls in outside air, if the interior of your Suburban is very hot, you should use this position first to provide maximum cool down. Once the interior is at approximately the same temperature as outside air, shift to the max AC position for maximum cooling. Then, after you have achieved your comfort level, switch to the norm AC position. The bi-level AC position directs air through the upper and lower outlets. In this position, you can direct cool air through the upper outlets and warm air through the lower outlets by adjusting the temperature control lever between the cold and hot position. This is quite convenient in cool weather with bright sunny conditions.
Rear air conditioning. If you have the optional rear overhead air conditioner, both the front and rear air conditioning units use the same refrigerant. A blower switch on the instrument panel controls the rear cooling unit. When this switch is in the off position, the rear air conditioner fan will not work, even though refrigerant is circulating in the system. The main air conditioner controls must be in the max, norm, or bi-level position for the rear air conditioner to work. If only rear air circulation, not rear air conditioning, is desired, the rear unit may be used separately from the front air conditioning system with the rear air conditioning control fan switch. Before using this system, be sure to open your windows to allow hot air to escape. Close the windows when operating this system.
AM/FM stereo radio with seek scan and digital clock with stereo cassette tape player. Side 1 of this audio cassette has directions for tuning your stereo, presetting stations, using seek and scan, setting your clock, operating the bass treble controls, and adjusting the speaker balance. If you wish to play an audio tape, insert it with the exposed edge entering first. The tape will snap into position when fully inserted. The tape will automatically override the AM or FM stereo. The forward and reverse arrows allow you to move through your tape quickly. The DNR, Dynamic Noise Reduction button, reduces background hiss on both the radio and cassette tapes. To play either side of the tape without removing it, press the upper left volume control knob. As a special note, you should avoid playing C120 tapes in your player. This tape is very thin and may break or get tangled in the drive mechanism. For further information on maintenance procedures for your cassette player, see Section 2C of the owner's manual.
AM stereo, FM stereo radio with seek scan and digital clock, stereo cassette tape with search repeat and graphic equalizer. Side 1 of this audio cassette has instructions for tuning your stereo, presetting stations, using seek and scan, setting your clock, and adjusting speaker balance. Besides these features, this stereo system has several other distinctive features. To advance the tape, press the forward button. To rewind to an earlier portion of the tape, press the reverse button. To stop the forward or reverse movement, press the opposite button lightly. To listen to the next selection on a cassette tape, first slide the search button to the right and then depress the forward button. The tape will automatically stop at the next selection. By using the reverse button, you can replay the tape selection just completed.
To play either side of the tape without removing it, press the upper left volume control knob. Pressing this same knob will display the station or time when you aren't playing a tape. When the ignition is off, pressing this knob will display the time.
The loudness button boosts the bass frequencies when the stereo is playing at low volumes. The CrO2, chromium dioxide button, is for adjusting the audio quality for chromium or metal tapes. The AM/ST button is used to listen to AM stereo broadcasts. The graphic equalizer adjusts the frequency response ranges of your stereo. When adjusting the graphic equalizer, the 60 and 250 slider bars control bass frequencies. The 1K slider bar controls mid-range frequencies. And the 3.5K and 10K slider bars control the treble frequencies. For additional information on this stereo system and helpful tips on its maintenance, see Section 2C in the Owner's Manual.
Engine block heater. This feature is designed to keep your engine block warm for improved cold weather starting. To use the heater, open the hood and unwrap the electrical cord stowed in the engine compartment. You can plug the cord into any 3-prong 110-volt AC outlet. If the cord is too short, use a heavy-duty 3-prong extension cord. Do not use an extension cord such as you would use for a lamp, because the cord may overheat.
Diesel engine and diesel lights. If you purchase the optional diesel engine, there are special fuel requirements, maintenance procedures, and telltale lights of which you should be aware. On your instrument panel, you'll find 3 lights for your diesel engine. These lights are the glow plugs, service fuel filter, and low coolant telltales. When the glow plug's light is illuminated, you must wait to start the diesel engine. When this light goes out, the engine can be started.
The service fuel filter light warns you of excessive water in the fuel system. If the low coolant light illuminates while driving, you should have the radiator coolant level checked. Remember that diesel engines start differently than gasoline engines. To start your vehicle, turn the ignition key to the run position and wait for the glow plug's light to go out. If the engine is warm, this light may not illuminate. Press down the accelerator pedal halfway and hold it there. At temperatures less than 32 degrees Fahrenheit, press the accelerator pedal to the floor and hold it there.
Turn the key to the start position, and when the engine starts, release the key and remove your foot from the accelerator pedal. Pumping the accelerator pedal before or during cranking will not aid in starting the vehicle. In fact, pumping could keep the engine from starting.
During an extended idle, when it's cold outside, your heater may discharge cold air. By driving your vehicle at higher speeds or higher load conditions, the coolant will warm up and the heater will begin to function normally. Remember too that a low coolant level may also cause the heater to discharge cold air. Be sure to see the Owner's Manual, Section 2, for further information regarding starting, water draining procedures for the fuel system, and additional fuel requirements.
This completes side 2 of this audio cassette. We thank you for taking the time to listen. Congratulations on your purchase of the Suburban, the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.